Is he articulated? I'm like, can you move him around? And he goes, hey, he goes, he kind of does this. I'm like, yeah, I know he does this. I'm like, but does he do this or this? And he's like, no, he did like this. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I'm like, just give it to me.
Quick editorial note, guys. This is part 2 of Chris's amazing collection tour video. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, go watch that now. I will link that video in the description below. Thanks for everyone who watched and commented on part 1. I want to invite you guys to do the same with part 2. Is there anything in this video in his collection that you'd never seen before? Let us know. Is there something in this collection video that just really blew your mind and you thought was just totally awesome? Let us know that too. And of course, any other questions you have, I'm sure Chris would be happy to dialogue with you guys about his collection. All right, here's part 2. All right, coming around the corner, we got more DC.
We got some DC stuff. So this is DC Direct stuff. This is from Kingdom Come, one of my favorite all-time comic events there from Alex Ross, with all the figures based on the Alex Ross art, which are pretty incredible.
Yeah, those are cool.
And McFarlane's starting to do some of those, but I like the complete set. So these are all McFarlane's here. And again, people have different opinions on these. I love them personally. Some of these are older, some of them are newer. You know, these are some of the more recent ones. Over here, Ragman. I mean, he's doing stuff like Ragman with the wired cape now.
That's a cool looking figure, you know, with all the fabric.
It's incredible. $20.
Yeah.
Here's some just old DC Direct stuff I have down below here, and miscellaneous.
A couple more package figures in the back there.
Yeah, this is actually another one by Rob Liefeld.
Yep.
Shaft from Youngblood, which I like. I think he's going to re-release that figure in that new line. These are from Astro City.
I don't know.
Samaritan and Confessor. Yeah. That's another graphic novel. Oh my God! Yeah, you gotta get that and read it. Alex Ross did all the covers, and another guy, I think it was Grant Anderson, did all the art. And who the heck the writer? But Astro City's incredible. Get the graphic novel, the first one, and like it's incredible.
Awesome. All right, then down on the bottom here we got some more.
Yeah, some more miscellaneous DC Direct stuff from back in the day, and kind of a bit of a catch-all.
Yep.
You know, as you go further down the bottom shelf, winds up being like,
we all know about the bottom shelf.
I don't know. Let me put it on the bottom shelf for now. Some Dark Knight Returns stuff. This is an original promotional piece, actually, from 1986 when it came out, that they sent out to comic book stores.
Wow.
It's like a three-dimensional
it's got
little standee, actually. And you can see how it's almost like, I don't know what you call that, but it's like
I don't know the term, but where you have.
So this was to comic book shops in '86 promoting that the Dark Knight Returns was coming out before anybody knew what it was, and then this is the original statement, January 27, 1986.
1986. Where'd you pick this up?
So I got this at a comic book shop in just outside of Boston.
Yeah.
A guy had it just on a shelf like this, and I think I got it for like $20.
Wow, that's a neat piece.
And it wasn't that long ago either. I mean, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, but so I put that on display with my Dark Knight Returns stuff. This is Hush Batman stuff, DC Direct. Got some other stylized Dark Knight Returns stuff. This is actually the McFarlane bat plane that he released about a year ago that I just painted. I painted that in a flat black. And
that was the Superpowers version of it?
Yeah, that's the Superpowers one. And I had my Mezco Doc Knock flying around that for a while. Yeah.
Another bottom shelf here. Miscellaneous.
Other miscellaneous, just DC stuff.
Yep. All right, coming back to the top here.
Some 80s DC, 80s Superman, 70s Wonder Woman, 80s Batman, 80s Flash.
You got the Batman in the back. That's pretty cool.
That's the MAFEX Hush Batman.
Yeah.
That everybody loves.
It's nice.
Some early MAFEX that people don't like because of the articulation.
Based on the Zack Snyder films.
Yeah. Then these were the line before McFarlane had DC.
Oh, what was that called?
What was it called?
I don't remember either.
Was it Mattel that had
it was
that?
Mattel,
right?
yeah.
It was Mattel, and you could get these at Toys R Us and stuff.
Yeah.
Relatively inexpensive. They were another one that was like where the figures started to get a little pricey.
Get the Doomsday Vacuum.
Yeah,
cool.
where he's smashing out of the box. That's a hard one to find.
Yeah.
So that's one that I've left in the package because the package is part of the display where he's like breaking out and you can see the cracks in the plastic.
That's awesome. And who's on the bottom? A couple more. All right.
Yeah, just some stuff. Stylized DC stuff there. Some more jumbos. So these are kind of miscellaneous. This is, again, Robotech.
Yep.
So they just released this recently. This you can still get, is available. This is from a show that I watched when I was a kid in the 70s. This is like a one-off. I saw this once.
That's supposed to be Egyptian? It looks Egyptian.
No, it's Giant Robot, it was called. So this was...
I'm just like the headdress, the shape of the head there. It looks like a...
Yeah, they would show this on like Channel 56 on Creature Double Feature every once in a while. My brother would watch this in the 80s. It was a Japanese... It was almost like Power Rangers, but it was this kid, Johnny Sacco, and this mad professor built this giant robot that, was almost the size of Godzilla, like in this. So this kid, Johnny Sacco... Like the first person that would talk to the robot through this watch would be its controller and owner. And this kid, Johnny Sacco, like accidentally talks to it and they're like, Johnny Sacco, you're in charge of the robot now. So this kid, so he would control Giant Robot. He became part of the Space Force there to help protect Earth. And then this was the bad guy over here, this guy that they fought. And I don't know where the heck I found this at some show.
Yeah.
Just really rare stuff. And this figure, too. I've only seen it once, and the one time I saw it, I bought it, and I've never seen it again. And I don't know who made this or where it came from, but I love it. And I remember asking the guy, too, at the show, when I'm getting it, I said to the guy, I go, is he articulated? I'm like, can you move him around? And he goes, hey, he goes, he kind of does this. I'm like, yeah, I know he does this. I'm like, but does he do this or this? He's like, no, he did like this. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I'm like, just give it to me.
Give it to me.
But that was always funny.
Johnny Sacco was the name of a band I listened to in
It was
in
probably
college.
after,
I'd never heard it before. I didn't know that. Bit of trivia there.
Yep. Then I got this. There's another one that I love is the 20-inch Gundam. So this is a jumbo figure. It's not a model kit. And he's got, some articulation to him. Arms and head and stuff like that. But just another big piece. Then this guy is the bad guy. These are the Zakus that the Gundams fight. The story behind this is these were originally like $150, but if you remember, there was what was the DVD store? Suncoast Video. Remember Suncoast Video? So Suncoast Video, right before they went out of business, they were having a clearance sale, and they were clearancing these online for $60 shipped, free shipping. And I should have ordered as many as they had, but I didn't. But I got that for $60.
Nice.
Love the clearance.
Yep.
Some modern Voltron stuff here.
Voltron.
These they just re-released, actually. You can get these now or at Target if you keep your eyes open. They have them in the collector spot again.
Yeah, I've seen some of those. And you got down here on the bottom, you got some Marvel Legends Build-A-Figures and some... What else?
These are the Marvel Select stuff that may,
Yep, okay.
These Marvel Select. He's Marvel Select. This is Marvel
Legends. That looks like
Legends.
the Hasbro one. Yeah,
this is the Hasbro one.
Yeah.
So, again, a bit of a catch-all down there for some bigger figures that I couldn't fit. Then we got Marvel Legends. Again, this is a fraction of my Marvel Legends. I probably have tons and totes and still in package or in boxes.
Yeah.
But depending on what they were, some of them are more recent pickups, some of them are older. These are the original Toy Biz Marvel Legends. So this is from Wave 1. From the Toy Biz Marvel line. And then these were even before that. This was a box set of X-Men figures that came out in the 90s. And these were like revolutionary to me because before this, everything was kind of like 5 POA.
Right.
And they released these and I'm like, what is this,
There's a joint here. Yeah.
Yeah, they had joints and just the detail on the sculpts. Because before that, you were getting stuff like this.
Right.
Yep. It was like this or like this, and I'm like, okay, these were kind of, but then this, it took it to like another level with the sculpt, and then Toy Biz started the Marvel Legends line, and really took it to another level.
I think the first time I saw a 1/12 scale fully articulated figure was Spider-Man, when the movie came out, the Tobey Maguire movie. And Toy Biz started doing the Spider-Man figures, and that was one of the first figures I bought with that level of articulation, and I was just blown away too. It was amazing,
Because the other one too, these were Toy Biz. Alpha Flight, this was one, if you remember, Toy Fair magazine. So I was reading Toy Fair one day, and they showed the concepts, drawings for these figures. And they're like, this is Alpha Flight. And at the time, I had never heard of Alpha Flight. I'm like, what is Alpha Flight? And so I researched that, and I waited like a year, and then these came out, and they came in 2-packs. They were in 2-packs with like all this artwork from like John Byrne, like on the package, and I just remember loving these figures when they came out. They were just, again, at the time, in the mid-90s or early 2000s, there's just kind of revolutionary, and we take it for granted now. We get these and we criticize them, but, this back in the day was like so advanced for that time.
So I know probably a lot of people watching this are Marvel Legends collectors. It's such a popular line, so many people have this line. I wanted to ask you about setting up your displays. When you go to look at a shelf like this and you kind of envision in your head, how do you go about kind of planning what do you want to see on that shelf? Like, you've got everybody posed in action poses, most part.
Right. Like I said, I don't really like just squeezing as many figures as I can onto a shelf, even though these are pretty tight. I am kind of doing this, but a lot of them I like posing them so that they're in different action positions and not just sort of standing there as small as possible so I can fit as many figures.
I mean, you even got Shang-Chi in the air here.
I got him on a stand. I got these guys kind of set up down here. And then I like to keep teams together. So, you got the X-Men, Avengers, different stuff. Then I just put these out the other day. I did bad guys. I was trying to do the rule of 3, but then I'm like, well, these I have 4 of. These I have 2 of. I'm like, I have 3 of him. I'm like, I have 4 of these. I'm like,
It's like you're teaching math on this shelf. 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go.
But I also have that guy, the, what is he called there?
The...
Tracksuit Mafia.
Tracksuit Mafia.
So I have 3 of him, so I'm going to put him down with these. I got 2 others I just opened the other day.
Yeah.
All these specials.
Yeah.
$9.99.
I got 2 of them.
I got 3 now. I'm good. So I'm going to put those. But I put the bad guys, because then, too, I can grab these when I'm doing toy photography.
Yeah.
I can be like, I need 3 of the Green Guard guys, or I need the AIM guys to fight somebody, and I can just put them back.
Now, you use risers on some of these, and some of them you don't. I mean, do you like? What do you think of risers? Like, here's a shelf with risers.
It depends. I mean, you can see with the lighting, it's hard here. I mean, your phone shows it actually pretty well.
Yeah, I got the little light
and
going
just
too.
The angle. So these are old Toy Biz figures, and these risers, believe it or not, those are actually spice racks you can get at Target. They're actually white. And they expand, and I spray painted them black out in the garage. So I got a couple of those here. I've tried different things over the years. I mean, those work pretty well, and they're pretty inexpensive. I think they're $10 or $12. You get the spice rack and just grab a can of spray paint.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've tried everything: clear acrylic, stands. These are the latest things that I really like. The stuff that I used on the Indiana Jones figures. I love those, but they're expensive.
I didn't really focus on those, but those are these are these hex stands that are. Is this Amazon?
They're on Amazon. They're like $27. You get them, you screw them together, and they kind of disappear, you know, on the shelf.
They do.
But they're spaced enough so that you can sort of see all the figures. You can put them in the action poses like I like, but the stand kind of blends into the shelf, at least if you're doing the black shelves like I do. So
I think we skipped this.
This is a
diorama.
This is another one. It's like a custom piece that a company made that I ordered. They did a bunch of them years ago in 1/12 scale.
Was that the Jazz Inc. diorama people?
The Jazz Inc. guys, because then Hasbro did it, but they did the 1/18 scale or the 3 3/4 scale one.
These are some of the GTP space walls there.
Yep, I got the space walls going on there.
And you got some of the other Black Series down here.
Yeah, it's just some miscellaneous stuff that, again, bit of a catch-all for some Star Wars things down here that I have to find a spot for, rotate in or out.
Did you hear they're going to make the samurai figure for Black Series?
I did hear that.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That was a cool thing from Star Wars Visions. I like that.
The Ronin character and the little droid.
Then just some random statues up top here where I have extra space. This one that just came in the other day. This is the new McFarlane Hulk figure based on his comic book cover, which I love, and it comes with the cardboard backdrop there with the brick and everything, like he's smashing through it.
It's the first time I've seen this one. This is really cool.
It's nice. He had it at New York Comic Con on display, and I kind of pre-ordered it.
You want to start here on the left, and we'll just let's start here with. We're going to look at some of the statues here on the top, guys.
Got that's Clawful. That's a sideshow statue I got at a show a couple years back. Just a lot of miscellaneous stuff. I got some of these Doctor Who figurines here.
Yeah.
You got Storm Shadow, again, Captain Harlock. This is the dragon from He-Man.
What's that Silver Surfer? That is beautiful.
That's another statue I picked up, probably 15 years ago, maybe more.
Nice and shiny.
This is the gallery edition.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, that, again, nice and cheap, $50 type of statues.
Some Batman.
That's the gallery edition Batman there too, which is nice. These have wired capes on them.
Yeah.
Got those at Think Geek before they went out of business.
Oh, nice.
Remember Think Geek?
Yeah.
Got some more figures hung up there.
I like that Spider-Man on the 1 foot, that 1 foot pose like that. Just balancing.
That's another statue that was a bit of a sleeper where you don't see a lot of people with that. That's the DX version of Voltron. This is the partner that goes with that other Megatron we saw. Yeah. I have him kind of in a generic pose. These are some of the Build-A-Figures from the original Toy Biz line there.
Yep. Sentinel, and you got a Sauron up here.
Got some artwork here. This is Thundar the Barbarian, if anybody remembers that.
Yep.
J. Scott Campbell, some Alex Ross stuff. This is an interesting piece. This and the Superman. I got these at the Warner Brothers store. If you remember the Warner Brothers store?
I don't remember that, no.
So Warner Brothers used to have stores in malls. And you could go in and they sold figures and animated cells and things like that from some of the cartoons and different things. And there was one in the South Shore Plaza. And they, 1 year they had this, and then the next year they had the Superman bust. That's when the animated series was big. But then they all closed down. Some more random statues, mostly DC stuff over my DC shelves.
A big Hellboy up
here. Giant Hellboy. He's another piece that's kind of hard to find. I found him at a comic book store one day and picked him up. This guy I got at Boston Comic Con years ago.
You don't have too much Godzilla stuff. Is that just...
It's not out. I have a lot, but...
It's not out,
it's one of those things like someday I'll be all into Godzilla and I'll probably put a whole bookcase of
Someday you'll get a big enough room to put your collection up.
Yeah. Well, when Dan Larson was here the other day, he's like, what would you say? About 50% is on display? I'm like, you're probably right. I probably have 50% just packed up in totes or boxes or...
Crazy.
Not out. Some He-Man statues.
Those are nice busts there, yeah.
Yeah, I like those a lot. Got those all pretty cheap at different shows. I got this guy flying.
The Nazgul.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of stuff, too. I'd love for Mythic Legions to do this, like a ride-on dragon.
Yeah, that's a
Should
great
be cool.
piece.
I don't know if you want to check out
let's hit the rest of the statues around the perimeter. Okay. And then, so we got more of the Robotech stuff here. We hit some of this already.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do a sweep around. We got G.I. Joe. We got Snake Mountain up here. You didn't mention that. Is that the original?
Yeah, that's an original I picked up at a show for like $50. I was going to paint it. I was inspired at the time by some people and I never got around to it, so it's been up there.
Oh, look at this guy.
Got the giant...
what is his name again? This is...
No. Omega Supreme.
Omega Supreme. Thank you.
Taco Supreme.
Taco Supreme.
Omega Supreme. Yeah, that's a Hasbro piece. That's great. It's fantastic. Super articulated. I got him in a nice action pose. Yeah, love that piece. There were a lot of independent companies that were doing him, and then Hasbro released it, and I like that version.
Aquaman 2. Seahorse.
The Seahorse. You could still get that for $25 on
Amazon.
Like
it's actually very...
It's McFarlane. It's
beautiful.
It's beautiful. The head's articulated. It looks amazing. I don't know why nobody's... I don't know.
I just watched the movie recently, and that was not a great movie, yeah.
Oh, it is all right. Yeah. I don't know. That's actually a mask of the Joker.
Oh, that's... Wow,
Like, I used to do a lot... Like, at Halloween, you could go and get these masks. Like, I had a bunch of Star Wars ones. I used to display them like this. And I found that one year, and I liked it a lot.
What's some of your favorite pieces in this grouping up here?
I really like the Daredevil because he's got the wired, you can do the bendy wire to get his little batons. I love the Punisher. He's one of my favorite comic book characters from when I was a kid. This is a newer gallery edition statue. But yeah, a lot of these are just the cheapo ones you can get. They're still available. This is a MAFEX Magneto that I've got hanging from the ceiling with a wired cape. This is the MAFEX Cyborg Superman that came out recently. He's still available. But again, for space, you can hang them and display them like that. You know, that's how these figures should be displayed. Some of these, especially the flyers like that, you know, instead of just, again, having them generic standing on a shelf. The Thing Best, this is one of 400.
Ooh, that's a nice piece.
That was a piece. This was in Newbury Comics for a couple of years. I remember I had just got a new job, and I'm like, I'm going to treat myself. And I went out and I got him. That was probably 2006.
Crazy.
This is the new Voltron. Again, he's still available in Target. This is an older figure. He goes for a lot. That's I'm blanking on.
What,
this is
Wolverine? Which one?
Yeah, this is the Alex Ross Wolverine bust. Yeah. So Alex Ross did a whole bunch of these busts years ago. And these goes for big money now. This is the new Helverine figure. I just got him.
Yeah, it's a cool figure.
And the other day, Dan was asking me, he's like, why is he flying? I'm like, he's leaping. I'm like, that's the cover of the comic, though. That's his pose on the cover of the comic.
Hey, you passed up Princess Leia here.
Yeah, that's the very controversial Slave Leia, Prisoner Leia. So
Hut Slayer.
Yeah, so that's what are those figures called? Those were the...
I know, Unleashed, right?
Unleashed, yeah. So it wasn't really a figure, it was like a statue.
Yeah, I noticed you've got a bunch of those around in different spots.
Yeah, I love those Unleashed statues. They're great. But yeah, that's another figure they need to redo, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I got Thanos' glove here.
You want to hit this wall down here?
Yeah, so then this is another section that I haven't quite finished, but I was running out of room, so I
put up some more
just
shelves.
threw up a bunch of bookcases. And
yeah, you kind of got
just a lot of different stuff. I got some Mythic stuff. Another big Mazinger. That's a model kit I built.
Yeah.
Chaka.
Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Very few figures of Chaka out there. Rorschach figure. I got the bee here, or the guy's flying on the bee.
The bee's a cool one.
This is the only sideshow. What are they called?
Hot Toys.
Hot Toys figure I own. Yeah.
It's funny. I think I have the Mando with the Beskar armor. That's the only one I own as well.
Here are my TB League figures.
Oh, we're
very controversial. These are all TB League.
Every time we get together, we talk about TB League.
She's controversial because when I got her, she came with a little thing. They'd come from Japan, and there was a little piece of paper that said, "This is not a sex toy." I'm like, I didn't think it was, you know. But apparently she's anatomically correct under her armor there. But
we'll never know.
Dan always busts on me for that.
We'll never know. Conan.
These are
what is this?
Joy Toy.
Oh yeah, the Joy Toy.
These are Joy Toy mech figures. So he actually has a bunch more pieces, but you can get these sets that you build. It's a big hangar bay.
That's really cool.
I actually made this throne myself. I was inspired one day. But then I had Zeus standing up there, but he took a shelf dive and lost his foot. So I got to fix
Casualty.
Got the masks here.
Those are ones from GameStop that came out recently?
Yeah. These were ones too. I got on clearance.
Yeah, they were clearanced out. They're really cool.
Yeah, they look great. More McFarlane stuff.
More McFarlane.
Which I love. Like, look at that. And I got they did the prototype looking versions of them and stuff.
Yeah.
This figure's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, they put out so much. They just put out so much product.
Yeah, and like these are like Warhammer figures that he put out. That's Princess Bride figure he put out.
Fezzik, and that Bane is great.
Yeah, the Bane is nice.
Mongol. Oh, you got Starro down there, partially, or is he? Yeah.
I have the other pieces to him. I just haven't finished. This is a Mondo figure, the one Mondo figure I own of Man-at-Arms. Yeah. He's nice, but they're just so expensive.
Popeye and Nemo there.
Yeah.
That's a cool setup.
Those are Mezcos. Yeah. And then this was an original Mezco diorama from 2001.
Wow.
So I found that actually at Comically Speaking.
Wow, good find.
Yeah.
These guys, you get Creature, you get some just
this is that new Jada Toys Creature from the Black Lagoon. It was out about a year or so ago. These are Mezco henchmen for Nemo.
Yeah.
This was a kind of a one-off company that did like 3 different diver figures that are like Mezco style that I picked up. This is the Invincible line, again, which is in question now this week with DC Direct, or DC Marvel Select, or whatever the heck they're called now. Diamond Select. I'm sorry, these were Diamond Select. So every year they were putting out 2 figures, and the 2 that are supposed to come out, the Mauler Brothers and Rexplode, I haven't seen. This is a custom I made.
Nice.
Of
I forget his name. I know.
Yeah.
We all know. Yes.
We're blanking.
Yeah,
it's getting late.
Right.
It's getting late. And then this was a custom painted head I had a guy make for me.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I put that on a suited body that I had.
Yeah. If you guys are watching,
Conquest. It's Conquest.
If you guys are watching this in the future, we just got the news that Diamond Select is doing bankruptcy, so that's what we're talking about. So tell us how that ends up.
Yeah.
In the comments.
And then some Kung Fu figures, Monkey King. This is the guy from Kill Bill, actually. I got him, found him recently. That's
you got the pig guy back there.
Yeah.
Those are cool figures.
Yep.
All right, coming over to the left, we got the Subway diorama.
Yeah, that's another kind of unique piece. Fext Hobbies makes that, F-E-X-T, and I think you can still get it. It comes as a kit. Came with like 200 pieces to make that Subway card. There's all little pieces up in the top. It's like a whole plastic kit. You just snap it together. Wasn't too hard, but
it fits on the shelf. Looks nice.
Got some Christmas figures down here. Should probably rotate that out now that Christmas is over.
Yep. Got some Black Series in there. You got the Santas everybody loves.
This is the Fresh Monkey Fiction Santa. Yeah, the Krampus from...
You even got Home Alone back there.
Yeah.
That's great.
This is Storm Collectibles. That was the Golden Axe stuff and the Golden Axe skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
So, but her dragon, one of the mythic people are riding, so...
And you got some...
Sectors on the bottom. So again, this is an original one I got when I was a kid, when they came out in like 85 or whatever year it was.
Yep.
These others I picked up, these are bootlegs, actually. Huh. And then I like this one because he looks like Kim Jong-un with the haircut. I call him, that's the Kim Jong-un sector right there. And then his 2 like other knockoff henchmen.
Yep. I never had these as kids, but I was very familiar with them. Cool.
Well, it's funny because the whole thing was the puppet.
Yeah,
the puppet insect. Yeah. And then NACEL is doing the figures now, but they're not doing the puppets.
I saw the figures at Walmart, and I was like, I don't know.
So,
all right, then we got
Mezco, mostly
skulls.
Mezco shelf here with pink skulls. I got.
You got your old man Outback head there.
That's right.
One of your favorite head sculpts.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
I haven't seen the old man Hawkeye anywhere yet. Where's he at?
He was around. We passed him a little bit.
Oh, there he is.
There's old man Hawkeye. That's right. I was just gonna say. There's quite a few of those. Yeah, it's like trying to find the old man Hawkeye head. So Cosmic Legion stuff, and again, mixing it up with that's a custom head. That's a custom head. This pig guy smoking a cigar. This shark one is a custom head I got recently, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
This figure just came out. This is a riff on a Fisher-Price figure from when we were kids, too. Yeah.
Huh.
These are Valaverse. So these are the new Action Force figures. He did the pink soldiers here to support breast cancer. These are 2 from the new wave. This is the new...
That's the Bone Collector guy.
New Bone Collector.
I haven't seen this figure yet with the cigar. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, he looks really good. He comes with a couple of different heads. And
yeah, that's cool.
Those are fun. Yeah, Vala does a great job. Great job.
Coming down, we got some
more Cosmics here, the grays that I love.
These are the guys that had to go in the teacup, right?
They showed him in the teacup, And then another Cosmic, I put a pumpkin head on him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
a couple other miscellaneous down here.
Then these are from that show there. This was the show on Netflix there, the riff on Star Wars that Zack Snyder did.
I can't remember it either. I watched it as well.
Moon. Rebel Moon.
There we go.
Which great character designs. Yeah. This is an incredible figure, by the way.
That droid.
I mean, you can get this for like half off right now too at like Walmart, and this is a great figure too of her. But the character development just wasn't there. Like her too. She just kind of appears, and you don't really.
Did you watch part 2 yet?
I have not watched.
Me neither. So maybe our questions are answered in part 2.
Yeah, let's go
watch part 2, guys.
But Then a bunch of Flash Gordon stuff here that I love. This was an incredible figure. This should have... did it make my list this year? I don't know if it did.
Oh, that's the Hawkman body,
Voltron.
right?
Yeah.
But, that's cool.
Yeah, I love that figure. Some more miscellaneous stuff here.
Like the snake
Mythic Legions. Yeah, that was a custom I picked up.
That's pretty cool. That's using that,
It's the speeder bike.
That's funny. Yeah.
And then some import figures here. Just some fun stuff.
Who are those army men? Those stylized army
So
guys?
those go with these. This is the video game. I always blank on the name of it, though. Metal Slug.
Oh, okay.
Metal Slug video game. So these are almost Mezco style type figures. Comes with tons of accessories and parts and pieces. And those are the bad guys in it that you can army build.
And up top, you get some more mythics and
a lot of custom stuff. Like I did this one. I picked up the painted head of the Grinch, but I painted the armor and all the rivets and stuff and made that. This was a custom head I picked up of Medusa. This one I just did. A guy painted that.
It's your Leprechaun.
Legion's Con, my Leprechaun. Picked up this Pack Toad. Just fun stuff. Yeah. Cool. Then some stuff from the 1977
the Hobbit
animated movie there.
All right, over here we got Haslab.
This is the new Haslab. So this is the modern version of the Dragonfly we saw earlier. I still have the 3 3/4 one from when I was a kid.
Right.
So you get the new Wild Bill figure, you get the Glenda figure, you get that's Ripcord I have, and then you also get Crazy Legs. I have him on the shelf. But it comes with these great effects, too. Like, look at
those are
the
awesome.
smoke effect and stuff. So you can have the missiles shooting off. You get different choices of missiles. This rotates. There's a bunch of compartments that open it up. And I have it on a little... This is like a little folding chair thing.
Talk up your stool. What's the stool
for?
These
stools, you can get these if you go to conventions and stuff. This thing just collapses into a little disc, and then it pops out. Yeah, holds up to 400 pounds.
So it's good if you got to sit in line waiting for autographs or whatever.
Yeah. But this is a great piece. This is another one. You can hang it from the ceiling or, put it up on a top shelf or something.
All right, what do you got over here in the middle?
Yeah, this has kind of just become a catch-all for a lot of just different miscellaneous stuff. I mean, this is one of the Hasbro,
starting lineups
that are incredible figures. And they're all on clearance now, between $7 and $12. But originally the price point I think was too high, and it scared everybody.
They were $50, weren't they? $50.
$50, and now, $7.99 at Ollie's.
Maybe they
but that's the guy from the Celtics.
That's Tatum.
That's Tatum. So I'm like, all right, I'll put him out.
Maybe they thought the sports fans would start collecting figures all of a sudden. I don't know.
Got Neo from the Matrix up here. That was a Japanese import. Another non-licensed IP. This is the latest Superman figure that people are going, la about, because he's got that really nice head sculpt. And
that's real nice.
Some older Mezco Star Trek figures. These are the newer Star Trek figures that they had at Target. Now, this is another line. They put out like 6 figures or 4 figures and then just disappeared.
It stopped, right? Yeah.
This is the Playmobil Enterprise. So this thing was originally $499, $500.
Wow.
I was like, pass. Then I saw it at New York Comic Con 2 years ago, and it was cheaper, but they clearanced them. You can get it now on Amazon for $200.
Wow.
They're $200, and you open it up when you're looking in, so it's got all the figures in there.
Oh, look at that.
So, and then you press let me see if I can feel the button here. If I do this one. Yeah, see, it'll charge up. These will start to light up.
Oh, that's cool.
See, then you get the effect here with that. It has all kinds of different lights and sounds and things.
That's neat.
Takes a while to shut off, though. It takes like...
Oh, so we're going to hear it in the rest of the video.
Yeah, we might hear for a little bit more in the video. But this is Attack of the Clones, I think it was, right? 3 3/4. So some older 3 3/4 stuff.
Lots of Jedi. Are you a Sith or a Jedi fan?
I'm a Jedi guy. I like them both. I like the Sith too. I mean,
some people are hardcore dark side. I'm also a Jedi.
Right.
Jedi. All right.
It's fun. Got some more stuff from Gotcha Man down here. This is the new Storm Collectibles, Ken.
Yeah.
So they're supposed to do Princess, but it's been like 2 years, And there's 5 figures, so if it's every 2 years, it's going to take me 10 years. If they keep doing them.
Such is the plight of the collector.
Yeah, this is the old Gloob
Is
from
that GoBots?
GoBots, yeah.
I remember that as a kid. That was cool.
I think I got that for $10 at one of Harry's shows. Yeah,
that's nice. Just gonna drop down here.
We got some
Warhammer
Joy
here.
Toy Warhammer stuff in the front. This is McFarlane Warhammer stuff in the back. These are Vitruvian Hax horses.
Yeah.
You know, one of them was the Pegasus, so I have him with, that's the guy from Clash of the Titans. That's the original 1980 some odd figure.
I like the 3-headed dragon back there too.
That's
cool.
a McFarlane, so I found that.
One of their dragon line figures, yeah.
Yeah, and he kind of scales with these Vitruvian Hax figures. So another piece I'll use for toy photography. Some other miscellaneous stuff. I got.
That's the Unleashed of Luke there.
Yep.
And then you got Space
Ghost, the Blue Falcon, and Dino Mutt.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You know, some wrappers back there. I got the guys from Heroes, some Black Hole, Battlestar Galactica. So this is like a little bit of everything.
Yep.
This was a newer figure, the Croc figure there. That's a Furay Toys one too, I think. These are just like little figurine figures. We got the A-Team.
Yeah, that's cool.
Babylon 5. I don't know if anybody's a Babylon 5 fan.
I'm sure there's some Babylon 5 fans.
Show.
Yeah.
That show was awesome. And these were great breakthrough figures at the time, too, just with the paint apps and everything. Again, they were only 5 POA, but I loved them. Some more Star Trek stuff. This is my original TIE Fighter from when I was a kid.
Kenner TIE Fighter. Beautiful.
Seen better days.
You know, I like those. You got the TVC Orange X-Wing there. That's Poe Dameron's X-Wing on the bottom. Up here we got some more.
Some other miscellaneous stuff here. These were, what was the name of this little
Toy Box.
Yeah, the Toy Box figures.
Disney Toy Box. I have some of these too. I really like the way they look.
Yeah, just that stylized look and the articulation was good. Got a few, but yeah, I guess it wasn't as popular as it needed it to be. I like this figure too. This actually came out in the wrestling line.
That's cool.
Because it's Andre the Giant as Bigfoot from $6 Million Man. And this was another one I think people slept on. I pre-ordered it on Walmart. It took like a year, and it finally shipped. I think I got it for $20, and now he goes for like $100.
Wow.
Huh. But he's got the little cloth suit. He's wearing the whole suit.
Took him a while to sew all those suits up.
Yeah, I don't know. There's the Dune figures. That's Timothy Chalamet right there. He's
missing his head.
Doctor Who. This is my favorite Doctor Who. Tom Baker from when I was a kid.
Okay, yeah. Some Terminator. You got
this is from 2001. This is a MAFEX figure.
Oh, yeah. Princess Bride, Predator back there.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. And
down here we got.
I got Winston Churchill. Did you see Winston Churchill?
No, I didn't. I
even have Winston Churchill here, smoking a cigar with his dog.
Oh, that's great.
Some more modern Alpha Flight, some Fantastic Four stuff that got displaced from my Marvel shelf the other day.
Yeah, we got Bagman down there. I like that Bagman figure.
Yeah.
And then down here you got some other.
Got Gamera and the knife head guy there, Gowron, I think his name is, or Guron, or.
You got me.
Some more miscellaneous, some Marvel stuff, another Joy Toy. This one's pretty incredible. This was one of the newer ones.
Yeah, look at that.
Those are just wild. I mean, you can go down that rabbit hole. That's an expensive rabbit hole. This is another Japanese import. A V from V for Vendetta. We got some more Joy Toy stuff down here. James Bond. I think this is Muff Toys. James Bond.
Did you just get this recently? This one? I can't remember.
Maybe earlier in this year. I think he shipped. Yeah. We got Hulk Hogan.
Mr. T and Rocky. Yeah, lots of stuff. Yeah. Red Hulk. Homelander. Got some silver stormtroopers breakdancing. Yeah. And on the bottom you got a couple.
And then those are more Egg Attack. That's Egg Attack Vader and a stormtrooper down there.
Willy Wonka and that elephant you got.
The elephant is melting actually. Look at his nose. See under his nose?
Oh no!
His plastic is disintegrating.
Going on?
Yeah, that's what happens. Plastic doesn't last. Everything will eventually melt and revert back to its original state.
Oh boy. Wow, did we do it?
I think we did it. I think we covered everything.
Let me ask you about lighting. How did you come to use track lights like this?
So these are from Lowe's, actually. Pretty cheap. So you get the tracks. So each of these heads, I think they're like $15. And then the bulbs you can get at Walmart, you can get 3-pack for like $4.99.
Okay.
So they're really cheap, but I like them because you can move them. See, now see how that entire shelf is lit up, but you can redirect them in different places. Sometimes I'll come down here and I'll move the lights if I'm taking pictures of something.
Okay.
But also the way I have it is when I designed it, so I have the bookcases and then I have the track lighting, so it's about 3 feet off. So when you're standing here, you're not casting a shadow. Like I can get up close and the light is still...
It's coming over your head.
Yeah, basically. So my viewing position on all of these is that the light's coming over my head. So I can stand right in front of it and see everything. And the light is here like that.
And you're also close enough that you're casting light on all levels. I mean, down towards the floor, you get less light.
So the trick, though, with the lower levels, so now I'm using, see, some of these over here, I'll use over here. So you will get some shadows down here, but again, I can stand in front of this, and you don't know, like some of those lights are coming this way. So, some of these are illuminating this. Like if I turn this, like watch what happens to the Marvel Legends when I move this.
Right. Yep.
See how everything turns dark, and now you can see deeper into the shelf. So I've got the cross lighting going on.
I've been down here a bunch of times and I never even noticed that not all your lights were pointing at the shelf. You do have some aimed at different directions.
So you do the cross lighting, and some of these too are illuminating this centerpiece here. Like this is hitting that, that's hitting that, and you're trying to get light from all angles.
And you do have a couple central ceiling fixtures. You got some fluorescent, large
just
lights.
For ambient light to just light the space. But without these, like I said, if you start turning these heads, all these figures will just disappear in the shelves.
Right. So. Well, in past times when you've had collection setups, did you ever have it where you had individual lights on shelves? Did you ever try that?
No, I've never. It's a lot of work too. You got to wire them all individually, and
I'm doing that on mine, and you have to kind of hide the wires, and you got to it is and then you end up with a ton of plugs, a lot of stuff to plug in.
So these are all LED too, so these are all 6 watts.
Okay.
So every one of the, like you add these up, because my son's an electrician, and I'm like, I have a lot of these. He's like, this is nothing. Each circuit, you could run 100, 150 of these or whatever, and you're fine. And what I'll do is I'll go to Lowe's and I'll pick 3 of these up. Even before, I added 3 of these before our meetup the other day.
You just added some more heads?
I clicked in a couple more to shine. I put one here, I put another one over there, and I put another one in the corner over there. So I'm always adding heads. One of these days, though, it's all going to go out. I'm going to plug one in and it'll go out.
It'll drain.
But there's 6 watts.
Another question for you about collecting. How often do you rotate things in your collection? Do you go a couple of years before you kind of swap something out?
Sometimes. I mean, some of this stuff has been on the same shelf for years, and like I said, I had all my He-Man stuff on this shelf. This for years on both of these. These were all He-Man, and then I had the like staction figures He-Man stuff on here, and I just I wanted more room for Mythic Legions, and I wanted to display a lot of these new fantasy figures, so I cleared all those out. But they had been here for a couple of years. Same thing with this. I've had this out for a while. Like a lot of this stuff I'll probably rotate out.
Yeah, because maybe this isn't as special to you anymore, the old secret stuff. And you can use that real estate for something else.
And even this was actually up here. I moved it down the shelf, so some stuff just starts rotating down, and I put newer stuff on top.
That makes sense. Yeah. Now, you have a whole other end of your basement that's full of boxes, which we're not showing on this video. But do you keep a lot of the packaging? So when you rotate those He-Man guys out of here, did they go back just in a bin?
No,
how do you take care of the figures you rotate out?
They went into a bin. I have a lot of packaging, but like lately, like McFarlane boxes, I chuck.
Yeah.
Right? Like a lot of the Marvel Legends boxes, I'll chuck. Some stuff, if it's a core character, I'll keep. If the artwork's really good, I'll keep it. If it's a Mezco figure, I keep the box. Usually a MAFEX figure, I keep the box. If they're expensive, I'll keep the packaging. If not, because the big debate is what do I do with the Ghost box?
Right.
So I have that upstairs. That's, I was going to throw it away. And even my wife, Christy, was like, you should keep
nice
that.
Box.
I'm like, but it's, but I have the box for the Razor Crest.
Yeah.
I've got the box. I have the box for this, for the Millennium
Falcon.
Yeah. I got, you know, I got a lot of big boxes. I have the box for that thing bust. I got the box for him. I got, you know, you start to get a lot of big boxes, and like that's where I put them in the attic.
Mine too. I have a bunch of boxes in the attic, just empty packaging that I box up, and
I keep all the Mythic Legions packaging too. But I'm starting to be to the point where like I've got so much. It's like some of the figures I just have to be like, well, it's, you know, it's not a super core figure. I'm just going to chuck it, you know, because you can't keep everything. So a lot of this is paneling. So this paneling I got at Lowe's, the brick paneling. It's not brick. Real brick, but on the video or far away, you look here.
Oh yeah,
it's
you
like,
won't notice.
It looks like a loft, and I did like the wood paneling here, so it looks like planks. You know, so it's almost like we're in a New York loft. But where these 3 bookcases are, the brick only goes down to here. It goes 3 inches below the bookcase.
Smoke and mirrors, guys.
Yeah, it's all smoke and mirrors. No, but that way it was easy. I got clever about it. Let me use the bookcases as the wall. Right. And then over here, this part was exposed, so I ran it all the way down. And then this goes up there. So it saved on materials. It saved on time. And I was able to do a space relatively quickly, but make it look finished. You know. So
it's kind of like you learned you learn from experience all the time and effort and money you put into the really nice setup when you realize. You went a little more practical this time.
And you didn't want to wait 2 years.
Yeah, you don't want to wait till you wanted to start setting up shelves.
And even, there's always the black shelf versus the white shelf
that's another good
debate
question,
as well. So I like the black. I like the way the figures stand out, and I just like the look of it. Whereas some people, like Bruno, has the white shelves.
He has white,
and his figures stand out. But I just feel like it's too bright. I don't know.
I actually I have both, because I have black shelves for my Black Series collection with all my dioramas. Okay. But at home with my Kenner stuff, I actually have a beige just because that's what I had. I didn't really care, but but I actually kind of like the white because it does brighten everything up, and I like the brighter look of it. Okay. So, but I've been mounting lights on each shelf, a little LED panel, and then I can light up every shelf, and I think that looks great. But but this, your lighting is excellent. It's interesting, different ways of people doing it. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Leave us a comment below. What do you think of Chris's collection? Follow Chris on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
TheCollector77.
As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button for me. If you're new, please subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one. May the Force be with you.